Hi, Chris. This is Ms. Bosse. I just want to explain this concept a little bit to you. So you asked how you graph this equation. And so the equation that we're given was y equals negative 2x plus 3. So let me see if I can find a way to write that down for you. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. So one thing that you want to look at is the number that's next to the x. So in this case, it's negative 2. That's our slope. So the other number is which is 3 in this case, is our y-intercept. So that's where the line will cross the y-axis. So you see the vertical line here is the y-axis. So where's it going to cross the y? At 3. See if we can make my arrow look fun. I can't change the direction of it. Okay. So we've got a 3 pointing in the wrong direction. How about that? So if you notice right here at 3, that's where our line is crossing. The next thing that we want to think about is negative 2 as our slope. So that means that the slope is going to be going in an inverse direction. So that means that if we go up 1, instead of going right 1, we go left 1. And if we go down 1, we go right 1. So that's basically meaning that we're going up in the y direction, so that means we're getting bigger in our numbers. Then we want to go lower in our numbers going in the x direction. So let's say that a different way. If we're going to go down in the y direction, we want to get bigger in the x direction. Okay? If it was a positive slope, we'd go in the same direction on both axes. So we'd go up in the y direction and up in the x direction. If it was positive, this one's negative. So we're going to go down in one direction and up in the other direction. Now, it kind of doesn't matter which way you go because you're going to end up in the same spot. So the way that we think about slope is we think about it as rise over run. So in this case, we have negative 2. So if I put a number below that and still wanted to keep negative 2, I could put a 1 below that, really. Remember, dividing by 1 means you still have the same number. So negative 2 divided by 1 is still negative 2. So I can divide this 2 here. Oops, I covered up my negative 2. Let's remember that that's still negative. So I can take my negative 2 and divide it by 1. That it's still negative 2. So what that means is the top number is our rise, that's how much we go up or down, and the bottom number is our run, that's how much we go left or right. So I'm going to go down 2 because it's negative, and over 1 in a positive direction because the 1, let's kind of pretend that the 1 is positive here. So if I go down 2 points from where I start on the y-axis at 3, if I go down 2, okay, I'm going to go 1, oops, hang on. I'm going to go down 1 and then 2. Then I'm going to go over 1. So I end up right here, I guess. I can do that, and then I should make a point on my line, and I can connect that point using a ruler to the y-intercept, which is 0, 3. When I connect those lines, it's going to form a line all the way down along this red line. If I'm not real comfortable with where I'm going, I can still keep going. I can go down 2 more, and then over 1. Down 2 more, and over 1. Down 2 more, and over 1. I could continue doing this all the way down the line, and no matter how many times I do it, I'm still going to find points on this line because that's the slope of the line. So that's telling me how steep it is. So it's steep enough to go down 2 and over 1, and that's what the slope tells me. If the slope was -3, I'd go down 3 and over 1. If it was +3, remember we want them to go both in the same direction. If it's positive, then I would go up 3 and to the right 1. Okay, when you have a fraction, it makes it really easy. So a fraction tells you, the top number tells you how much it's going to change going up or down, and the bottom number tells you how much it's going to change going left to right. Okay, if it's positive, they both go in the same direction, up and up or down and down. If it's negative, they're going to go in opposite directions. One's going to go up, the other one goes down. And it's kind of up to you on how you want to do that. So for example, let's say we want to look at this, oops, sorry, I was going to type a letter here. Let's say we want to look at or 2 over -1. Well, 2 divided by -1 is the same thing as -2, right? So we would expect the slope to actually be the same as in the equation above. Let's say +3 so that we're still working with the same line here. So the +3 tells us where it intercepts our y-axis, sorry. And then we're going to go +2. That means that's the rise, so that means how much we're going to go up or down, and then -1, so that means we're going to go left or right, -1, so that means left. So let's start at 3. Now if I go up 2, 1, 2, end up at 5, and then over 1, I end up right here on the line. Go up 2 more to 7, and then end up on the line by going over 1. Up 2 more to 9, and then over 1. So I hope that helps. I'm going to post this for you and send you the link, and you have a good day.